He was more than a journalist. More than a press secretary. Bill Moyers was the conscience of a nation. From whispering into a president's ear, to shouting the truth to power on public airwaves. Bill Moyers didn't just cover history. He made it. June 26, 2025. The world lost one of its clearest voices. Bill Moyers passed away at the age of 91 in New York City, following complications from prostate cancer. A journalist. A visionary. A servant of democracy. For over 6 decades, Moyers stood against the tides of propaganda, corruption, and cynicism. In a world of sensationalism, he believed in substance. In a world of noise, he believed in clarity. Bill D. Moyers was born in Hugo, Oklahoma, on June 5, 1934. The son of a laborer, he was raised in a modest Southern Baptist family. Faith, humility, and public service were values he carried for life. He was just 16 when he began working as a cub reporter. That curiosity led him to study journalism, philosophy, and theology. He eventually earned a divinity degree from Southwestern Baptist Theological Seminary. But destiny had different plans. In the late 1950s, he became an aide to then-Senator Lyndon B. Johnson. When LBJ became president after JFK's assassination, Moyers entered the White House as press secretary. At just 30 years old, he was one of the youngest to ever hold the role. Behind the scenes, Moyers helped shape the Great Society, civil rights laws, Medicare, Medicaid, and public broadcasting itself. He was more than a messenger. He was a moral force in policy. But power never seduced him. When the Vietnam War began to cloud LBJ's legacy, Moyers left politics and entered an even more powerful arena, journalism. He joined Newsday and turned the paper into a Pulitzer-winning powerhouse. But it was on television where Moyers would leave an indelible mark. First at CBS, then at PBS, Moyers became a pioneer of public interest journalism. He wasn't chasing ratings. He was chasing truth. From Bill Moyers' Journal to Now with Bill Moyers, from Healing and the Mind to the Power of Myth with Joseph Campbell, his work shaped public understanding of politics, spirituality, capitalism, and consciousness. Bill Moyers believed journalism was more than a profession. It was a calling. In an age dominated by corporate media, Moyers dared to be independent. His programs gave voice to whistleblowers, the working class, and marginalized communities. He investigated the growing influence of dark money, the dangers of media consolidation, and the erosion of democratic norms. His series Buying the War dissected how mainstream media sold the Iraq War to the public. His documentaries explored capitalism's grip on democracy and the soul of America. And he always did it with grace, compassion, and unwavering moral clarity. Bill Moyers won more than 30 Emmy Awards, 11 Peabody Awards, and virtually every journalism honor there is. But it wasn't the trophies that mattered. It was the trust. Generations of Americans tuned into Moyers because he treated them not as consumers, but as citizens. He challenged viewers to think, to question, to reflect. His legacy is not just in the archives of PBS. It's in every activist who fights for justice. Every reporter who resists the pressure to conform. Every viewer who dares to dig deeper.